Welcome to Outlaw Edge Blade Works. So worst case scenario, you're in North Woods, walking around. You can hear there's a car behind me, so I know the highway's that way. I didn't grab my pack, left the house, and you're thinking, oh, it's almost springtime. And here we are in March. I guess it's March, I don't know. And you're in the middle of the woods walking down a snowmobile trail. And I'm not trying to be rude by saying this, but you have to go to the bathroom or go pee or whatever. So you step off the trail and you get turned around. And like when I lived in California, anywhere I looked, like over in this area, any of the mountain ranges I could see like, you know, which way Yosemite was, which way all these other mountain ranges were. And like when you're in the North Woods here, you can get turned around really fast if you don't have a compass, if you have no clue where you're at, you know. And then it's snowing so hard. A little while ago I was looking down and I'm like, wow, my tracks, you know, I walked in here just a minute ago and I'm looking at the tracks and I actually can't even figure out which way I can get out of the woods right now. But I do know where I'm at. I'm not lost. But I'm just saying, in a scenario, and it's funny that I'm having to talk about this or wanting to talk about this, but I notice there's a lot of people that are kind of naive about things like that. Like my girlfriend, for instance, she's always like, hey, don't you dare go out of that house without gloves. Well, guess what? My hands are freezing right now, frozen. I have pockets. I know how to warm them up. I can put them in my armpits or whatever underneath my shirt. It's no big deal. But it's 30 degrees or 30, what is it? 30, yeah, I think it was something like that, degrees out right now. And if you were in a worse situation and you come walking out of your front door to walk your dog, walking down a snowmobile trail, you have to go pee or whatever, you step off the trail, you get turned around, bam, you're lost in the woods, and then what? You know, you don't have a fire steel or a lighter. I carry both those on me all the time, 24/7, no matter what, with a knife. But the best thing you can do is come over here, and as you can see, there's snow everywhere. But underneath these trees, you can find a spot it's wet, but you can actually step in here right now and you can feel the temperature drop because it's a lot warmer right here underneath this tree. You know, you have a little bit of stuff dripping on you and you can see that this tree's a little bit wet when you're hitting it or whatever. You see the drops coming off of it right here. And you know, you might get a little bit wet, hypothermic or whatever. Hypothermia sits in here and freeze your butt off, but at least if you could find a spot like this where you can get out of the cold, sit under a tree, if you could start digging around and find something to make fire with, if it's all possible, if you could think of any way to make fire without losing your mind and getting all crazy in the head. Like right here is birch bark, and it's all over the place right here. There's a lot of birch bark, and there's some more right here behind me, 3, 4, 5 birch trees behind me. It's, you know, but then again, if you don't have a lighter or a fire still or whatever, and I'm not trying to preach to you guys, but it's this is something that's I see happen all the time. And here in the North Woods, you know, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble right now if you're out in the woods thinking that, oh, it's not that cold out, but then all of a sudden the sun's going down. I mean, it's getting pretty late right now. In another hour or so, the sun will start dropping down, getting a little bit lower in the sky. That temperature is going to start dropping, and you're going to end up freezing to death out here if nobody knows where you're at. And where I'm at right now, if I started screaming, hooping, hollering, and carrying on, nobody knew where I was. You'd never hear it, because town is that way, about a quarter mile or so. The highway's over here, about I don't know, 500 feet or so, something like that. There's one house, which is a hunting cabin this way. Nobody's there. So literally, I mean, you be stuck out here all night, you're going to be in bad shape. But the thing is if there's no highway next to you, you know, you're going to be in really bad shape because you're not going to know to go towards the sound or whatever. But what I'm getting at is this is a good spot to hunker down for the night if I chose to. And trust me, there's been nights where I had to do stuff like that. And other times where I've been out here in the North Woods where I had to hunker down, find a good spot that was warm, out of the way of, you know, dangerous trees that are going to fall on me or whatever, and snow falling and everything else. And try to get my bearings. What you don't want to do is panic. If you start panicking, you can go into survival mode, but if you start panicking, you go into stupid mode, and you don't want to do that. I don't want to keep preaching, rambling on or whatever, but it's just something that I was thinking about right now, and I figured I'd share with you guys. And yeah, you can get yourself into big trouble right here. But I'm gonna walk you back through here for a little bit, and I'll kind of show you where I'm at. And I was watching the sky right now, and I was thinking, well, maybe I could figure it out where I'm at, my direction with the sun. But it's, you know, you look up in the sky right now, and the sun is shining from right here, and I don't know where it's at because it's shining all the way over the top of me right now, all the way over to here. And so you could even find direction with the sun right now, that is because it's kind of a blizzard. You know, there's a storm going on, a little blizzard going on right now. But I know my tracks are right here. I know where I'm at, so it's no big deal. But anyways, enough of that rambling crap. Anyways, thanks you guys.